instead of praising you, praising God, and praising this church today. I'm going to ask Pastor to let us know of anything that's come up for her this week or anything as we look ahead.
Thanks. I just was saying early on that we had such a great Sisters on Sojourn group yesterday, and I want to thank all of you who joined us. We were busting out the walls. We had so many, and I know some great conversations. It was just really nice to be with sisters on the journey. And those of you who were not able to join us because the links didn't get out or something happened, hang in there with us. We promise next time, next month, we will make sure that you are included. I also just want to remind you that this Tuesday evening continues our sacred conversation on race at 7:15 p.m. Information for the link is in your bulletin and all of our social media. I'm so pleased that Edith Guffey, who is the conference minister of Kansas, Oklahoma, but also one of the original authors, leaders, guides, lecturers of the Sacred Conversation on Race many years ago, is going to be with us. So we really hope you'll join us.
Pastor Aaron.
Thank you. I think the highlight of my week was Wednesday night. We gathered with our new sixth graders and their families and talked a bit about what middle school looks like here at the church and how it's going to look a little different this fall than it usually does with some online gatherings. But it was just great to be in community with them. Pastor Megan and I, we played some games with them, got to know each other a little bit better, and talked about the fall and middle school ministry. So that was really a blessing. And then after worship, looking forward to gathering with our young adults for just a brief time of conversation and learning about a couple of upcoming events that the young adults will be participating in. We've actually changed our name. I keep calling them the young adults. We call ourselves the Friends Who Church now. And it's for anyone who's in their 20s or 30s or even early 40s who wants to gather with us and do some faith formation and some community building. So if you need the link for that, please email me. We'll be meeting from 12:30 to 1, because at 1 p.m. we'll be joining together for our LGBTQIA+ brunch. Some time to just gather, have a mimosa maybe if you've got one, or I'll probably be drinking some seltzer water. That's my new go-to fizzy drink. And just being in community together and holding up one another in support and love. And we've got some resources to share for members of that community as we make our way through the quarantine together. So yeah, great things happened last week and some good stuff happening this week. So looking forward to it.
Today we finished our final gathering of Compassion Camp, and we had a total of 42 children attending Compassion Camp on video, on Zoom, and via videos and music and recordings of all of that were sent to them in advance. It was a truly wonderful time, and we really have made such a group of people. You're going to hear more from a lot of those children next Sunday, because next Sunday we are going to celebrate Back to School Sunday virtually. It's virtually for us and virtually for all those kids going back to school for the most part. So we will gather and we will have lots of children and families participating in the service and a few surprises. I'm going to tell the parents that their children are going to receive something in the mail this week from Pastor Aaron, Pastor Lori, and myself, and they are not to open it until during the 11 o'clock service next Sunday. And don't worry, because there's a big stop sign on the back of it that says, do not open this until the 11 o'clock service. So we hope that all of you will join us so that we can begin this year, this program year here, and the year for teachers, students, administrators, all of those children in daycare as we move forward into their new unprecedented school year. So, Elena, do we have anything that?
Yes. First, I want to say thank you to Tony Macon for telling us that we had no volume. So thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Tony.
She says, great service, litanies, prayers, soloists, music, hymns, Or are they herms this week? A message and seeing you all. Sylvia Mendoza says, thank you for a wonderful service. Today your voice, Pastor Megan, was all our voices. Thank you for that. Pastor Megan Jr. says, thank you for the Skittles, and he asked and answered the questions sometimes, not all of them, but he enjoyed them. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. I sent out some Skittles to the children, or to the middle schoolers actually, with a sheet of questions that when they picked a purple one, a purple Skittles, they had to answer the question of where did they see God's love in their life today? And then when they picked a yellow one, they had to answer another question. And an orange one, they answered another question. So I'm sure that they all answered every question with those Skittles and did not devour the box without doing it.
We have Robert Platt says, Pastor Megan, the congregation stood and applauded following your sermon this morning.
Thank you, Robert.
George Lanza says, just wanted to say the service was very special.
Thank you, George.
Paul Hunt says, thank you, Megan, for such an inspirational sermon in substance and delivery. You certainly are a treasure.
Thank you, Paul.
Raul Hernandez
Can I
says,
just say one thing?
Go ahead.
One Sunday I said that I like jelly donuts in the sermon. And sure enough, the next day, what did I get? Paul Hunt showing up here at the church door with jelly donuts for me. So thank you, Paul. Thank you always for listening, too.
Raul Hernandez says, dear Pastor Megan, dear church, thank you for preaching with many voices about equality and love, which of course it's about the same.
Thank you, Raul. Hi, Julio.
Karen Connolly says, I was curious as to what would be discussed concerning those Bible passages in the bulletin. Pastor Megan beautifully explained it all, and I could rest easy again. Thank you all for the wonderful music, singing, and church service. Have a great week.
Thank you.
I think it was Leonie who also, when you were reading the scriptures, said, say what?
Yep, say what?
Trina says, I love the story of Thecla, Pastor Megan. Thank you for enriching me with this new part of biblical history for me.
You are welcome. Please Google her story.
Elaine also says, I never heard the story of Thecla. How very empowering. I loved your sermon, Pastor Megan. Pastor Lori and Pastor Aaron and Pastor Megan, thank you so very much for the effort you all put forth to keep us all connected.
You are welcome. Thank you.
Sarah Platt says, fantastic service. Thanks. Loved your sermon, Megan, with some heart emojis.
Thank you, Sarah.
And those are all of the messages that we have right now.
I have one from Aileen and Ingrid. Good morning, everyone. Bless all of our foremothers who did not stay quiet. Indeed, we stand on the shoulders of so many women who used their voices and what they had to lead the way. So I agree. Can I also just say thank you to Aldo Brito for bringing our Cordelito today.
Cordelitos today.
It's one of the things I think I miss the most, fellowship time and Cordelito corners. So thank you, Aldo.
That's all we have.
All right, so as we close this part of the day, we will see you at 1 o'clock at the LGBTIQIA luncheon. And we look forward to joining with you then. Have a wonderful week. Many blessings.